Hi everybody, Gym Master von Schmeling here, Sergio von Schmeling. For the people that they are not in the martial art world, I want to do this live, and I hope you join me. I had so many things. Actually, today, one of the reasons I want to talk to you all is because I have an experience, and I had many experiences. Today was a great day. And we're gonna give a little time for the people to join me. And of course, en español, después de este mensaje o de esta presentación, voy a estar haciéndolo en español también, seguidamente de esto en inglés, que quizás dure unos 30 minutos en inglés y después va a ser en español. I just saying to the Spanish speakers that after I finish this, like in 30 minutes, around 5:30 Eastern time, I will be doing in Spanish because usually my friends and colleagues and students from South America and all around the world, they usually say, please speak Spanish to us, and even my family members. And I really appreciate it because I remember when I came to America in 1988 first, was pretty difficult. I remember going to one of the events and people talking, and the only thing you can hear is like a noise in your brain. It's like a water cascade. There's water, it's just like this, and maybe sleepy. Every time I hear people speaking English, make me sleepy. And of course, it's not a pleasant thing when you don't speak the language. And I'm very blessed that I'm able to communicate now in a few different languages, and it's fun. I given a little time for people to join me. I can see some names. One of the person that I can see here is Sandra Velasquez, which is the major part of my life. She worked with me for many years and helped me in the Victory administration very much. I see one of my friend and colleague from Chile, Master Rodriguez. I can see Mr. Black from Colorado. I don't know, Mr. Black, how long you're going to be able to stay here, because I know you're running your school there. And I'm sure many of you are very busy in your daily life, and especially Friday night. Then I want to talk to all of you. I'm going to start by saying that I have these days was a very kind of difficult moments for my personal life. As you know, my father was in the hospital for many weeks, and then after battling and fighting, he moved to the other world. And yeah, this is difficult in many ways, but when we are believers, we believe that he's moving to a much better world. And with that, give me peace and give me the satisfaction that having a fantastic father, and his legacy will live forever in so many ways. Then I want to talk to all of you. I actually make a list. This started because I saw a post of somebody in Facebook, and then I also talked to my daughter from LA, and I talked to my other daughter. My other daughter brought me food last night. I mean, I just had a fantastic life and a beautiful family, and my proximity is just so beautiful. And then I saw a post, and I called my daughter from LA. She called me back, and we started to talk. And from 2-minute conversation, we finished a 2 hours conversation. And I love it. I love it because was the conversation was so ups and down, and one moment very strong and tears, and another moment argumento, another moment sadness, and I start to thinking about how life it is, and how wonderful it is, and how our life is such an emotional thing, and our understanding of what's going on is totally emotional. I always say that even time is an emotional factor, and when people say I don't have the time, usually it's because they are not very clear on what's gonna, or they do what's creating better emotion for them than other thing, and they finish not doing what they need to do, because always we're gonna choose to do what we enjoy more and avoid what give us more pain. Then I want to start by I can see names here, and if you want to write any question later, please, I'm gonna try to answer if you have any curiosity. But I make a list of things. The most important thing that I want to talk to you is how our paradigm is about what's going on in our life, and especially in the world, and the uncertainty with the coronavirus, and how so many businesses, they are closing. They will be closed forever, many of them. Some, they are temporary. Today, I was dealing with landlords, and I have, of course, I talked to you about my proximity. I have great staff members that are helping me to deal with so many things. And and when I hear people, even interviews on TV from people, and how some people go, how dare you gonna open the country so quick again when, you know, the most important thing is our health. And then other people say, okay, the most important thing is our family. And how I gonna take care of my family if I don't have a job? And how the people that they have more entrepreneurial mentality, thinking, hey, I need a job, I need to go back to my business, I need to produce, I need to protect my family, I need to give a job to my family, I need to give a job to my employees. Other people say, how dare you just jeopardize the health of everybody, and you're gonna go there, open your business again, and people can be in jeopardy with this disease, and it's so many things. At the end, who is right and who is wrong? Here's my opinion about this. Somebody say, well, we are all on the same boat. Actually, I don't believe we are all on the same boat. I think we are all in the same ocean and the same water. And yes, some people, they are in that water in a huge yacht. And other people, they have boats. Other people, they have canoes. Other people, they had a little raft there, they hanging. Other people swimming, and other people's dying. We are in the same water. We are not in the same boat. Like some people say, we are not the same. Yes, somebody there in a yacht, and it's all about perspective. Now, of course, when you are in a little canoe, or you swimming there to survive, and you look the person there in the yacht and say, how dare they are in the yacht? Why they don't sell the yacht, or why they didn't bring us to their yacht? Because the yacht is not that big. Truly, is not that big for so many people there in the water swimming and trying to survive right now. And I read an article that say, okay, how dare that Disney fired so many employees? Yeah, Disney World, for example, they fired 100,000 people, or they furlough, which is the word that is less maybe painful to say, but Disney, yeah. Or let's say another company like Delta Airline or Southwest Airline, or perhaps I read when people say Richard Branson, the owner and founder of Virgin Airlines and many other companies, say how he has an island, why he just don't sell his island and take care of everybody. Actually, it's not that easy, because even me, I've been judged like that. What is the difference between me? I have 40 son school, 50 school, and then the other one that has one school. Then what is the difference? Well, it's simple. I have 50 more responsibilities, 50 more liabilities, and 300 employees, compared with one school where maybe has 1 or 2 employees. Then who's easier to deal with it? The person that has 50, or the person that, then somebody say, well, if you have 50 school, you should have much more money. It's actually, you usually have more liabilities. You don't have more money, or you spend more money. Or I have my family members, a friend that live in South America, say, oh, but Sergio has dollar. Yeah, and also I make dollars and I spend on dollars. Then it's all about perspective. Then what I want to share with you is solutions, because we all see it in a different way. Whatever happening now, we see it in a different way. I read about the mayor of Las Vegas say, we should open Las Vegas business, we should open. And other people especially in the media, say, you are crazy, lady. How can you open? You can, this can be so contagious. You don't care about the health of the people? And I understand why they want to open their business, because there are many business owners there that they have so many employees, just like me, that I would like to take care of my employees. Because if the people in this moment, they don't have something to eat, they don't have AC, they don't have water, they don't have electricity, or they don't have a place to stay, they will take the chance to go and take the chances of maybe be in a coronavirus environment. They will take the chance. Other people that they are in a better position, they won't take the chance. And here's the beauty, because we live in America, and I believe that in America we had choices. This is the first time ever in America that we, after 1976, at least our independence declaration, we pretty much, we don't have the government tell us what to do or how to behave. This is the first time, and this is new. And for America, this is like, even for me that I didn't grow up here, I became American by choice. And one of the reasons I choose to be in America is because the freedom of choice, the freedom of expression, the freedom of doing something. Or if you believe, should you vaccinate for a flu or anything, or is that mandatory or not? Even our own health in America is our own choice. Now, did I say this is right or wrong? I don't say, because what is right or wrong is what our mind makes so. That's a William Shakespeare famous quote. It's like, nor is right or wrong, but our mind makes so. Then same thing happening now. What is right? Actually, do we really know the coronavirus, how that works? Do we really know, or we being informed by the media? And it's the contradiction between doctors is incredible. Then one doctor say one thing. I see videos all the time. A doctor say, this is just a BS. This is not like this. And then the other people say, no, this is really like that. Then I don't have the knowledge. I will risk to say neither you have the knowledge. You're just reading information that the people feeding us. And who are these people feeding us this information? The government, the media, people that they have maybe interest, the pharmaceutical companies, or the most freedom type of people that say this is just BS. I don't know. One thing I know, and this is what I want to share with you. I will make my mind, my creature. I will make sure that my mind works for me. I don't work for my mind. Then I will control what I want to believe. I'm gonna choose that, because like Viktor Frankl in his book, Men Searching for Meaning, say they can take everything from me, but they cannot take what I think. And at the end, my friends, is what you think is what's gonna give you pain or pleasure. What is the meaning you give to this? What is the meaning you give? If you're thinking that the whole world is wrong, it's wrong. If you're thinking this whole events happening is for better, will be for better. Because let's say, how many good things happening because this quarantine all around the world? How many good things happening to you? Let me tell you something great that happened to me. One is I learned to appreciate my wife more, because even that I see her dealing with my daughter on homework and things like that, she has so much patience, and she has so much, she might care. And I learned to, oh my gosh. Then I go, oh, I learned how to appreciate the teachers. Can you imagine these teachers that are going with our kids every day? They need to do their homework, they need to do their and my daughter is just like me. She's hyperactive. Her attention span is only emotional. When she enjoys something, she does it. When she don't enjoy something, just like me. You know, and maybe just like many of us. And the teachers, they do this job. Then I appreciate cooking. I appreciate home food from home. I appreciate the time I'm spending with my wife. I appreciate holding a more valuable time together. I appreciate being able to enjoy technology more, to the point that today, for the first time, I was able to do a three-way phone call, which is I never did this before. I always yell to one of my staff members, please, I need to talk to this person. Oh, today, I was able to, in my phone, do that. That means I appreciate technology. I appreciate that I'm growing as a person in so many ways. I appreciate that after this, the world will never be the same. They're gonna be people with fear. They're gonna be people very cautious. People won't shake hands anymore. And I remember going to South America, I don't remember, maybe 10 years ago, and in South America it's very typical that they shake your hand, and they know there's people coming and introduce themselves and shake your hand and shake your hand. And then, of course, shaking hand is beautiful, but then you're gonna touch yourself, you're gonna touch your hair, you're gonna touch your loving ones, and then you passing all the germ from everybody. Then I used to hug, and I say, okay, we won't shake hands, we're gonna hug. And some people, they were offended. Today, I don't think it's gonna be so offensive anymore. Then instead, but maybe hug won't be, or like the first time I came to America, I remember very well, I arrived in Little Rock, Arkansas, and this lady picking us from the ATA headquarters, and she hugged and kissed Grandmaster Osuna. And me, I go and I hug and I kiss, and she like reject me because I kiss her because I didn't know her. Then I don't think kissing will be a very, very normal thing to do anymore unless you are very close to somebody. We already know, they say why Italy has so many people infected is because as an Italian, as a Latino, we are very, very friendly the way we demonstrate our, and we hug and kiss. But then at the same time, I understand in China, they bow each other. And then again go, is that the reason? Or how come in China then? How come, it's just, I do not have enough information to create a conclusion of what is right or what is wrong. And what is going to be right then is what my mind makes so. And my mind, I train my mind. I learn from mentors that your mind is like your pit bull. You have to train your pit bull how to act. My mind is my pit bull. Will defend me, will protect me, will fight for me, but it still is my pit bull. It's my dog. My mind is my dog, and I will use my dog the way I want it. I won't let my dog use me. Then that's the way I use my mind. Now in this moment, I use my heart to love, to have more compassion, to understand people. Then when that moment coming, the compassion to my employees, that they have families that I need to feed. Then I'm gonna ask my employees, I'm gonna ask, if the government say, okay, Sergio, you can open your martial arts schools again, I'm gonna ask my employees who want to go to work again, who want to be interacting with other people. And believe me, there are gonna be a major amount of people that are gonna say, I want to go to work. I want to go back to my normal life. And what is a normal life? It's not just eating food. In America, we are so wealthy that normal life is to have the refrigerator full. Having a refrigerator is already here is normal, not in third world countries. I mean, I didn't have a refrigerator until I was like 16 years old. Then normal will never be the same. But I believe, I see statistics, the media say, oh, 70% of the people, they say we should now open the country again as a normal. Actually, it's hard to believe that because I maybe talk to every day for like, let's say 25 to 50 people a day. And from those, I didn't talk to one person that told me we should not open the country. We should be careful. We should take some caution. We should be, but nobody ever said, no, we need to stay. Of course, somebody say, oh, Bill Gates say that we should stay 2 years. Yeah, I'm sure Bill Gates can stay for the rest of his life without working, and they're never gonna affect. And I had a few friends of mine, and maybe including myself, if I don't work again, I'm sure I can take care of myself. I can live any place in the world, and financially, with the basic needs, I can take care of myself, my family. But that's not the reason we live. We live for more. We live, what can I do for others? I mean, there are over 2 million and a half children dying from hunger every year. And that give me a perspective. Should I be so worried about coronavirus? Or I should be so worried about maybe doing something more with my business and earning more money to be able to feed 2.5 million people that dying from hunger every year? Then it's all perspective. Then again, I make some notes that I want to share with you. Let me see if I just gonna see if I cover some of the things. Is like, for example, the media. Why the media making such a big deal about stuff? Because that's the reason that they're gonna be noticed. Because the media, and this I'm sure I copied this from somebody, but the media, if they don't do this, nobody gonna pay for advertising to be in TV. Because with the social media, you can just any news, we can just communicate to each other. I think President Donald Trump understood that very well, and he just, when he want to say something, he just do Twitter, because he do not trust that the media gonna represent exactly what he want to say. Then he just tweet. Then the media has interest. The government has interest. The politician, they have interest. They want to be elected again. The politician, they want to do what the majority of the people want. That way they be elected again. That way they keep receiving or they stay in power. The pharmaceuticals, they had their own interests. And we as entrepreneurs, we had our own interests too. We want to keep creating revenues, and those revenues are gonna keep helping us to have the life that we had, or pay our employees and provide it with the opportunity, or keep America as one of the wealthiest and most wonderful countries in the world. Then we all have our reason. Of course, if you're working for the government and you keep receiving a salary, no matter what, you say, hey, stay home. Stay home. Then this brings me to the other part. It's easy to tell people, stay home. Don't go out. Stay home. But then every year I go to Paraguay. And every year when I go, I take my daughter and we buy a bunch of food and toys, and we go to give to the kids and the unprivileged kids in Paraguay, which is they are everywhere, in the city, on the side of the city, and the sidewalk, and everywhere. Then what are you gonna tell those people in Paraguay or India that I was a couple of years ago, where the people live in cardboards on the street and the main of the city? You're gonna tell those people, stay home? Just stay home. Stay home where? When it's hot, because it's or sink or cardboard, and no bathroom, no toilet, no running water. They just there in one little. And if you want to check this, just Google it. Third world countries people stay home. What you gonna tell? It's easy to if you are this famous movie actor or famous soccer player or whatever sport, then you had a mansion and you had and I ended up, that's because I never gonna tell somebody stay home, because I'm very blessed. I had a beautiful home, but I remember the home I had when I growing up. Stay home, I tell you. And the winter is so cold that we don't have windows. Then you trying to cover everything because it's so cold, and the windy in the evening and the rainy entering your house and you are freezing. And when it's summer, you cannot stay because it's so hot, and then you go and you sleep outside and the mosquitoes eat you alive. Yeah, then it's not, let's cut the BS by say, oh, just stay home. Stay home. What kind of home you had? Thanks God I had a nice home that I can stay home. Yeah, of course. But I have to thinking about the others. How it's affecting others. We are in the same water. We are not in the same boat. Yes, I'm very blessed now that my boat is beautiful, but I cannot put everybody in my boat, unfortunately. But I can help people to learn how to have a bigger boat. But if I don't have a job, if I don't have a company, if the business is not working, if I had just had debt, eventually, not just I won't have both, nobody else gonna have both. That's the reason that some of my friends in the entrepreneurial world, they are expressing their opinion and their needs, because we tend to forget about our moral values and our beliefs because our needs. And in this moment, I hope I don't do that, but in this moment there are so many people that have needs. They have needs of more food, they have needs more shelter, they have need of more health care. And it's a confusion. Then that's one of the things that I want to share with you. And like I say, en español, después de esto voy a hacerlo en español, así puedo compartir, porque estoy viendo a mi propia hermana Noemí, está mirando, mi gran amigo Pericles González, que es una persona muy preparada en Paraguay y un arquitecto muy conocido, que es amigo mío, y tengo muchas personas que están viendo en español, que seguro van a aprovechar un poco mi compañía. I'm just saying that I will do this again in Spanish as soon as I finish. That way I can communicate with my friends and colleagues from the Spanish. But anyway, I want to finish with, I was talking to one of my partners about money allocation. Because who is the one that suffered the most right now? Always the poor people is the one that suffered the most in every country, including United States. The people that they are homeless, the people that they don't have a job already, which is very little, was before very little. Now it's over 25 million people in America, but was much less, was 3.5% before. Was very little. But who is the suffering? Then how can we help the people that are suffering? What can we do? And the only thing I can do is I cannot just tell them to stay home, because stay home meaning, like I say, my refrigerator is full. When this is gonna happen, I asked my house manager to go to Costco and buy extra food. I had extra food. I had extra drinks, water, including extra wine. But there are people that they don't have that. And my job as a citizen, as a human, as a believer, is to help those that and the best way I can help is to create job, to help them to continue working. In a safe environment, of course. But let's not judge then those people that say, hey, let's open the business up. Let's not judge that. Neither we can judge those people say, hey, we stay home and let's just wait until all this virus disappear. The problem is how you live until this virus disappear. How do you take care? How, you know? I mean, if I can go to the supermarket and buy anything I wanted, but there are so many people there that they are not be able to even go to the supermarket. Then let's create a future for them too. Let's be honest and pragmatic about this, and not just listen to the the media that they making money. I mean, whoever is in the media there in front of TV, they making money, and they making more money than ever, because the people watching, they are the ones telling us what to do, and it's no way I can accept that. Then I want to finish again with the money allocation. Who suffered the most? I say the poor people suffer the most, but you will be amazed how I have friends that they make more money than me, they have more money than me, and today they suffer more than all these poor people, because they suffer here because the law is scarcity. Their mind thinking scarcity. They thinking that money is what's gonna make them better. Money is just a tool. Money is just, you have the money to spend it, to provide, to allocate. And what's give you happiness is the allocation of your money. If you know how to allocate your money, if you're gonna use it to help others, if you're gonna use it to pay more employees, if you're gonna use it to maybe release your own partner or your wife from the, I was giving this advice to one of my friends that has money, and I say, pay somebody to help your wife, to come to clean the house, pay somebody to help to teach your kids instead your wife have to do everything or get overwhelmed, because your relationship is worth much more than any money you can spend. Because without the relationship, without your wife or your husband or your kids relationship and your family relationship, doesn't matter how much money you keep. Because at the end, my friends, what we want is to be happy, to feel fulfillment, to feel like you are worth it, to feel like you are enough. And when you do the right thing, you feel you are enough. Then I don't know if this is in any way help. It's just my perspective of what's going on. And you don't have to choose in between finance and health. You know, I mean, of course we're gonna feel health if we're gonna choose health. But being hungry, and if you've never been hungry, I know what being hungry means. And when you're hungry, doesn't make many sense on many stuff. The people, what they tell you just want to eat. You just want to survive. And there are many people in our world right now that they need just to survive. And without a business, without open our business and opportunity, it's gonna be really hard for those people to survive. Like I say, we had 2.5 million people dying from hunger. All right, that's much more than the people dying from coronavirus. If this upsets somebody, I understand. I don't choose inside. I don't say that we should not take care of it. We should not have social distance and all this kind of stuff. I hope that we do that. But if we stop our business, we stop taking care of our employees, we stop taking care of the people that need us the most, all of this social distance or closing our business would be worthless. Especially when the people start to revolt and start to assault people, and any father or any mother that cannot feed their kids gonna do something illegal in one moment or another, and you cannot tell them stay home. Especially when you have this beautiful home and they live in a shack or they live in a cardboard houses around the world. Then let's thinking about those people and what we're doing about it. And that was my perspective. I'm gonna see if I took some notes, and anyway, I think I pretty much cover what I want to share with you. And if you had anything, if anybody wrote something here, I had something, but let me see if anybody wrote any question that I can address. They just saludos. People that I know for years. I have here Michelle Pendergrass. She was one of my teachers, first person that maybe trying to communicate with me in English, and Jacksonville when I came for the first time, you know. And anyway, I see some of my colleagues and friends, people from Brazil, Master Andrade, Master Nieva from Paraguay, Master Pies from Argentina, Tomas Bernal from Paraguay. It's so nice to see all my niece, Alicia Ibarra from Paraguay, my daughter, Master Zamboni, my son. Anyway, so many people here. But if you don't have any question, please, or if you want to be, here's Master Zacharias. Master Zacharias, I actually had a great memory from him, because he didn't understand my English and neither my intention, and we had our confrontation because he was in Jacksonville, and I just came to Jacksonville, and I came with no English and with the only purpose of growing and become American and become more, hey, I want to live like you guys here living, and I coming from Paraguay. And of course, I was rude. I was doing many things inappropriate. I apologize, especially Master Zacharias, and if I hurt your feeling in any way, and many others. Just like with the first generation of people that I work with. Oh my gosh, I was maybe like what do they call, the savage. And yeah, I grew up in a different environment, and now I can tell you I apologize. I understand how you're feeling, and today, so this is the best moment to be alive. Today is the best moment. It's actually the only moment. It's the best moment to be alive. The past is gone, the future is not here yet. Not reason to worry, because if you can change something, why worry? If you cannot change anything, why worry? Now you might say, yeah, Sergio, you know, you can talk all this big talk because you live in America, or you live in a nice neighborhood and you live here or there. Believe me, I'm telling you, I was there in even worse situation, and I know the transition. That's the reason I appreciate so much. And want to finish this, one day I told my mentor, Grandmaster Clara, I say, sir, the best thing happened to me is that I was poor. He said to me, no, son, that's not the best. That's that you stop being poor. That was the best. And with that perspective, I want to leave you. And nothing wrong to be poor, but we all, the biggest poverty is the poverty on the mind and the poverty of the heart. Because I know so many of my friends and so many people that they are 100 times more happy without having financial freedom. Because the freedom doesn't always start with financials. It start here and here. But let's not ignore that to have total financial freedom, we need to have our heart, our mind, our body, and our pocket full, or at least with enough to feed our family or to have the necessities, the bare necessities. All right? Thank you again for listening. And like 5 minutes, I will start this, and 5 minutes I will start this in Spanish. That way I can communicate better with those that speak in Spanish. And again, if I offend anybody what I say, if I hurt your feeling, I apologize. Do not get offended. Just disoffend yourself. All right? Bye.